Hello viewers, I'm Dr. Angie and I have made a couple of reaction videos on Janko when he interviewed Andrew Tate, and I was so impressed by his character and integrity. So when I saw this thumbnail, Andrew Tate changed my life and I no longer have a girlfriend. My heart just sank. I felt so disappointed and I thought that he's one of those people who just got influenced and left his girlfriend and now he's just going to act like a misogynistic alpha male. So I have to watch this. So let's see what I discovered in the video.
Last season, in season 1, a lot of you guys that tuned in would know that my co-star, that is no longer right here, was my girlfriend. Well, I no longer have a girlfriend, but I do have a fiance. Yeah!
So I was literally cheering up like them. I was so happy that he hasn't changed.
I'm so happy for us.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for us. I was trying so hard not to cry.
Actually, I almost cried too. They just make such a good couple and look so happy. So it was very refreshing to see that he has actually stepped up in his relationship and now she is the fiance and he hasn't left her.
Me and Reed were getting like emotional, probably because of what happened with the show. You know, and we worked very hard to get this to where the whole team, not just us, but we were on the phone, we were getting really emotional, and we surrounded ourselves with good people. So I not only know for a fact Hollywood did not change you, but God put a good friend like you to remind me to like, yo, I gotta, even though I never change, it's good to be around people that don't change and that stick to their roots.
Like, I just want to pause and say that what he said is so important. What does it mean to stick to your roots? I call it being grounded. So no matter what happened, like how things are going, great or not great, if you are grounded, you can handle the situation well and you will not change. Because even success can change so many people. It's not that bad things change people. Success and good things change people too. It can get to your head. You stop caring about other people. People start thinking they are a big shot. A lot of influencers, it happens to them. You can see that in celebrities as well. So when a person is very popular but still they don't change and they maintain their character and integrity, it means they are grounded. And that's one thing I really like about George. He come across as a very grounded individual and we just have to see how he keep up with all this fame and success. Will he stay grounded or will he change?
We're gonna go into the saga of Andrew Tate because I've been dying to talk about this.
We are dying to listen about it. Actually, I wasn't dying to listen about it, but it's really like fun to hear the backstory.
So in the beginning of season 1, we're recording BTS, and I told my whole team, I go, at the end of the year, I'm going to record with Andrew Tate.
He said that.
And it's going to change my life. Don't know why, but I saw it. I saw it there. I'm going to get into that later on when I bring up my journal and like, not talking about manifestation, but while I was there, I had to think of like different steps. Like, okay, I don't want to put my girlfriend in a situation. I don't know the man. You know what I mean? I know him from online, but I'd be dumb to put the love of my life in jeopardy if I don't know the man. So we go to Romania, and I'm asking the people in the town, like,
I just have to interject. It's just really cute that he was so protective over his girlfriend.
do you know Andrew Tate? Oh yeah. Everybody had positive reviews.
Because a lot of men would say that I'll bring my pretty girlfriend and she will get me more views. But that's not how he was thinking.
I meet the guy. We meet the guy.
We meet the guy.
Phenomenal human being. Like a very sweet guy. Like you could tell that he's truly in a stage of wanting to learn and be better, and it's not an act. And that's why we get into the conversations that we get into.
I do agree with this. On Andrew Tate, he does come across as a very authentic person.
But in between part 1 and part 2, I got comfortable with him. I knew that we were both on the page of respecting each other. And I'm starting to learn that this isn't an act. This man is who he says he is. So we're on our way to the bathroom, and my God, this guy is like the mafia, bro. Like he has... Bro, you think the dude in the hat in the corner isn't with him, but he's with him, and he has
really?
eyes on you, bro.
It was
like,
crazy.
He is... Like, he moved around like the president, bro. It was... quite intimidating.
But he wasn't trying to prove anything to anybody.
Never.
Yeah, I don't think he was proving anything, but I completely understand and why Andrew Tate has so much security, he should.
It felt like we were alone with him.
Yes.
But then you look around and there's like
Oh, really?
3 dudes outside with earpieces outside the doors, and it's like, oh, okay.
Like one
It's
guy
not
behind the
just
wall.
us and
Oh,
Andrew.
bro. It was
Yeah.
just, I
It was
noticed it when he was
wild.
walking. A guy was reading a newspaper and got up and he said, no, you're good. And I thought it was just like a random guy
No way.
that was sitting
Crazy.
down. It
These
was
just people posted up.
posted. Like,
Wow.
if you ever tried to do something with this guy, I would rethink it. This guy
Yeah.
has probably eyes on everything.
Yeah, actually, Andrew Tate does come across as very hyper vigilant, kind of mildly paranoid, even. So that all does make sense. And of course, after him being arrested and spending time in jail, it all must have gotten worse.
So we're on our way to the bathroom, and I go, we're just talking, we're shooting the shit, and he turns to me, he's like, this is going very well. And I was like, thank you.
Literally halftime. You guys are having like a halftime huddle.
And when I was going into this, I was not only nervous, but I just knew that everything that we worked on rest on this. Because I knew that people had a version of me in their head that they haven't seen. And so I was just begging God, be there with me.
So that has to be immense pressure on him. But the way he conducted those interviews, he seemed very like relaxed. So he didn't show it. So I'm pretty sure like you can watch my videos that I made, but I just like really enjoyed watching his interview because I'm a psychiatrist and I love when I see a good interview. So both of them, they have such a good rapport going on, and they were just like, it's like a flow. They both were in a flow state together.
Make sure I'm prepared. Make sure that like whatever I'm saying or I'm doing is really going to touch people's hearts, open up a conversation. Even if you disagree with me, you could at least see it from my point of view and we could have a common ground of discussion.
And I mentioned it before also in my other reaction videos that that's a very good way of communicating with someone when you have very different point of views, to get a common ground first and take it from there. You don't have to like just start bashing the other person or start completely negating their point of view, because that's not going to work. If we negate the other person's point of view, they automatically and naturally become very defensive and don't hear a thing we are saying. But what his strategy was to find common grounds and started from there, and it worked really well. And how he said, I really liked it, and I mentioned it in my other videos too, that his main goal was to have a good conversation, to open hearts and to like open knowledge. His goal was not to become popular and not to get views. So that's why it worked out so well for him, and we all can learn from it. So if our goal for anything is authentic and not very materialistic driven, we'll go to places like unimaginable. And that's what happened to him. I discovered him for the first time after that video, so I don't even know how he was before. This is the George I saw, and I was very impressed.
And my God, did he deliver? I knew God was delivering this 2 minutes into the conversation. So by the time we go into the bathroom in the between part 1 and part 2, we're already like, we're messing with each other. We're already at inside jokes. Like we're very, very comfortable. And I turned to him, I go, Dog, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was so scared of you, bro. Like I did not want to bring my girl around here. What would we do? Like I thought about it. Like, what would I do? What would I do if you looked at me and goes, okay, I'm taking your girl now? And like, what am I doing? I have nothing. I can't do it.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Do anything. I got Reed and DeVidge. You know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do about it? Say
Sorry, man,
goodbye to
just gotta
Belle?
go.
Like, there's nothing we can do. So I told Belle, I was like, Belle, I'm sorry, you're kicking back on this one.
But that's very, very adorable that he was so protective of his girlfriend.
I really appreciate having somebody that I could sharpen my brain with, right? Just because we don't agree with each other on a lot of things doesn't mean I can't learn from him and he can't learn from me.
Love it.
So good. Some of the things he say are just like so good, and those are my beliefs too. Just because you don't agree with someone on everything doesn't mean you cannot learn good things from them. Like for George, I'm not Christian, but I still admire him so much, even though he is such a man of faith. But I just like his values, things he is saying. I've learned so much from his interviews, and I'm definitely going to keep following him. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be of the same faith, of the same gender. You can still learn from other people, even when they are different. And both of them, they learn things from each other. Seems like they were able to open each other's hearts while they were having that podcast.
I told Belle, I was like, Belle, I'm sorry, you're kicking back on this one. And she was like, I'm okay. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's why you weren't on that one. But
Yeah, that's why.
but dude, like, I'm so excited we get to talk about this, bro. And the feedback on this was incredible. So I actually do want to say hello. Hello to the new faces.
Hi from the new faces, because I did not even know he exists before his interview of Andrew Tate. And the reason I'm just like kind of excited about him is because it's so refreshing to see a young guy with such good values, integrity of character, and someone who respect women. Me being a woman, I've seen like now what is prevalent on Instagram, YouTube, all those alpha male podcasts that tell you to like put women down, and if you're rich, if you're successful, you can have multiple women. So in this era, it's so refreshing to see a young man like that who has completely different old-fashioned beliefs. So it's not the generation we are talking about. Everyone have different character, and we still have men like this. And I'm so glad that he is gaining success. He is gaining fame, and he will get following of young boys, young men who will look up to him and will follow what he is practicing. So that's why I'm just like very, very interested in the things he says. It's just like shows his character.
I've never grown in subscribers or Instagram followers or anything in my life like this, dude. Like, and so me and him do message each other. We still keep in contact.
And of course, it's Andrew Tate too. He's so popular. Anyone who will interview Andrew Tate will become popular. Credit goes to Andrew Tate for sure, but for him too, like the way he conducted his interview. So in my opinion, that was the best interview of Andrew Tate, because I have seen two different type of interviews. I've made several Andrew Tate videos, and you can see them on my page. So the type of videos I've seen of Andrew Tate in which he's being interviewed is either people who are just sucking up to him. And that I see a lot, and I'm just never attracted to it. Just because if someone is famous and popular, you don't have to suck up to everything they are saying. So there's that, and then there's the other type when people are just putting him down and bashing him. You don't have to do that. You can have difference in opinion and have a discussion in respectful manner. And that's what Janko delivered, and it was just very, very refreshing to see an interview like that.
And I really appreciate having somebody that I could sharpen my brain with, right? Just because we don't agree with each other on a lot of things doesn't mean I can't learn from him and he can't learn from me.
Actually, we learn the most from people who have difference in opinion. A lot of time I see it on social media and even in real life that if someone has a difference in opinion, people just start to dislike them. Why do you have to dislike someone if they don't share your opinion? You can just try to learn and understand why do they have that opinion, and it can open your mind. So that's what he is talking about.
Love it.
And when we were at the house, so when we went to dinner that night,
Which we didn't know, like when you go and you have a podcast guest and it's like your mutuals and it's like, this is business. We left the interview being like, bro, like what if we like, do you think we'll see him again? Like, we flew all the way to Romania. We don't know. And if we don't see him again, it's totally fine.
yeah.
But it's like, yo, we flew all the way to Romania for like this podcast. Do you think like he'll invite us to his house? Do you think maybe we'll go out to dinner with him?
Yeah, and you know, that's what I love about us, bro. We're so professional.
Yeah.
But we also enjoy this like kids.
That has to be a dream come true for both of them.
Where did you go? Like, where did you go? And I had all these notes, but like, bro, I can't explain it, dude. It's like God literally lifted me into a different realm.
Yeah, that actually showed. That was very visible because of what I mentioned, flow state. I don't know if I'm using the correct term, but he's just in that zone. It was just such a good flow of a conversation between these two.
We see this side of you every single day. But
So thank you for saying that, bro.
yeah,
Well said.
Because that is such a perfect way of saying it. This is the real me, but for some reason I didn't show it. I had this like, it's so funny. This episode set me free, bro. I just realized that, how I really am is what they want. And like, I'm done with the facades and like talking about shit that I don't care about or acting like things that I don't care about. Like,
so I actually don't know how he was before because I haven't seen any of his previous videos, and I just don't want to change my taste because I have such a good impression of him. So I don't know what he's talking about, but most probably what he is saying he was doing when he was with his other podcast before he started his own show is that he was just trying to fit in and trying to act cool, because I don't see his kind of character in younger generation very commonly. It doesn't come across very commonly. He has a very mature outlook, so it's not very common. I'm pretty sure he thought like it's not cool to share his views, and then he is a man of like God, so he has very strong Christian values. So I don't know if he was open about it or not, but what I have seen in social media, I see comments like these, like, oh, of course she's a pretty girl, she'll get famous and she'll get a lot of views. Yes, if someone is a very pretty and very attractive, they will get views. But what I've seen is that whoever is very authentic and just come out as who they are and just share everything in a very authentic manner, they just blow up on social media. In life, they always get success. So authenticity is so extremely important. Like, we cannot undermine the importance of authenticity. So that's what he's saying. Like, he had a fear of coming across as his authentic self, most likely because he thought that won't be cool. I don't know, he didn't say that, but that's what I'm assuming.
as I grew in the social media realm, it was always 50-50. Show who you are, what you represent, but also do what they like.
Do what they like, and I see a lot of people do that. Even if someone is not getting that many likes, a lot of people make videos and do things, not only videos, not only social media, even in real life. A lot of people don't say their point of view because they think they'll come across as weird or other people won't agree with them. But this is not the way to live. We just have one life to live, so come across as authentic. It's just so attractive when a person is authentic and just showing their authentic self.
You get their attention. And once I realized that I could do that by just being myself, the amount of emails, DMs, and messages and tweets and mentions of people being like, thank you for just being real. I was like, okay, this is going to be season 2. I'm not going to chase the views. I'm going to chase the
I would say this substance.
Like, what is it unloading? Like, are we talking about a streamer that's doing nonsense? Are we talking about things that we should be really covering and showing our hearts? Now, that doesn't mean we always have to be serious, but I'm not going to stretch for the laugh.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I was trying to make people laugh all the time. And the one comment that changed my heart is in that interview, I didn't want to be funny. But that was the comments that I saw. Oh, George is really funny. And I realized I became a tryhard.
And that's one thing, when someone is not funny and they try to be funny, that kills it. I just have to say that.
Because I was so insecure and I was so scared of where I was going to go next. This thing changed my life.
It's good that he's opening up that he was insecure. We all have insecurities. It's okay to have insecurities, but stopping ourselves because of those insecurities, it means that those insecurities are controlling our life. So we shouldn't let those insecurities control our life. We need to push through them.
It made me confident again. It was. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I actually definitely see him being more confident in this video than even when he was interviewing Andrew Tate. And I can just imagine like him after interviewing Andrew Tate and those interviews going viral, what it can do to someone's self-esteem and self-confidence.
This is it. Like, and that's what I was scared of. I was scared that people were going to watch that, see my old stuff and be like, oh, he changed to fit this because it did so well. But in the truth is, like, that was me. That really was me.
You literally just spoke from a place of love. You came from a place of love and just talking about what you truly believe in and what you truly care about and what you've learned. And you were able to bring out a side of him that no one's ever seen. Like, he was just so likable, funny, the way he'd look at you and smile, like you could see his inner child.
That is so true. What she's saying is so true. Like, I haven't seen that side of Andrew Tate and the things he got out from Andrew Tate. I'm pretty sure Andrew Tate was comfortable with him and was able to open up more with him. We open up more whenever we are comfortable with other person. When we see other person as threatening, of course we are not going to open up and we are not going to show our authentic self. So that's what he just provided, a safe, comfortable, I didn't mean physically safe. Of course, Andrew Tate is a big man, but emotionally safe environment. He provided an emotionally safe environment for Andrew Tate to open up. That's my belief, that love is always better than fear. If the goal behind anything is love, it always works out better. You can either use your motivation as love or fear, but I prefer love.
My peers are stepping on me to go above me. And I sat there and I go, well, if God's going to change everybody's heart about me, it's going to take a significant difference. And so I sat there and I go, God, like, who would I have a conversation with that would give me the opportunity to like show people who I am? And I just saw Andrew in my head.
So even if you don't believe in his faith, I think any human being can do that. If we just like tune into our inner self, we will get the answer. So how he's saying like he get the exact answer when he was talking to God, that's exactly how each of us can do that if we tune in to our inner selves.
I don't know how this is going to happen.
You've never told me that before. That's crazy.
That's why I would always come up to you and be like, yo, we're going to interview Andrew Tate.
That's insane.
Every day I would tell you that. I go, we're going to interview Andrew Tate. And by the way, I've never talked to the man. And I don't even know how to get to the man.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. I didn't know like he never even knew Andrew Tate.
So finally, like, I was like, guys, listen, we're done waiting around. This guy's he's a grinder. He's probably taking over a different like thing right
He's
now.
invading
Like,
another country. Or
And
something.
by the way, a lot of people ask me, is he like that in real life? More.
Wow. I think that's very specific to Andrew Tate, is that he's just extremely disciplined, extremely competitive, and go. So very few people can do that. And that's why he is where he is.
He's holding back.
Oh, wow. He's holding back. So in real life, he's even more.
On his face, too.
We're going to get the vote. We're
Yeah.
going to talk about that in a
Yeah.
bit. But, oh my God, he's holding back. Way holding back. And
So he's definitely always in the grind mode then.
we sit at a restaurant. We take off our jackets. We hang them up. We sit down. We order our food. They go. We waited 10 minutes. Bing, address. Meet me here. This. We got up. Don't bring the
Gone.
food. Don't even bring
Oh,
the
wait,
food. We
really?
left money.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just
yeah.
left. Bounced.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, of course. That was a smart move.
Yeah.
So we get to the restaurant, and Tristan comes around. Now,
In that trench coat.
no homo. No homo.
Crazy, bro.
Dude's a hunk, bro.
Oh my God.
I saw this dude standing in front of me. I was like, thank God my girlfriend's not here. Oh my God. He just came in, and he came in with a SWAT team of people.
Yeah.
And he walked.
Actually, I was once watching the video of Piers Morgan interviewing Tristan Tate because I was thinking to make a reaction video on him. I've never made a video on Tristan, and someone has asked me if I can do that. I actually didn't know much about Tristan. When my daughter saw it, she's like, Mom, he looks so much better with hair. And I told her, oh no, that's not Andrew Tate, that's his brother, Tristan Tate. So he's definitely better looking brother.
In. This is me. So you're the camera. He looked like this, looked right at me. I went like this to get up, like, hey, hi. And he's like, talked to his friends. They like separated. And I was like, I sat back down. I go, okay, maybe he doesn't know who I am yet. I'll wait until Andrew comes. He goes, hi, shakes his hand. And I was like, in my head, I go, we are never going to be friends. This guy hates my guts.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably like, why is my brother making me hang out with this guy? Like, I don't want to hang out with this guy. It took maybe 1 hour, and I think that guy's one of my favorite human beings I've ever met.
Actually, when I watched his interview done by Piers Morgan, I'm talking about Tristan Tate. So before, I actually never have any kind of opinion on him. I just always see him with Andrew Tate. But after hearing him, I realized that he has a very strong original personality of his own. A lot of time when you see a very popular, very overpowering older brother, you see the younger brother doesn't have any personality and just following the older brother around. But that's not the case with Tristan Tate. I also realized that he's laid back, more grounded than Andrew Tate. And I really enjoyed the conversation. I just thought that he's obviously not as entertaining as Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is extremely entertaining, so I didn't make a reaction video. But if George has said that he will interview Tristan Tate, I would love to watch that one because I can see some similarities in their personalities.
Like we got along so well, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, exactly. I see similarities because Andrew Tate is just too hyper, but Tristan Tate is more laid back, and that's how George is too.
Already planned to do an episode together, God willing, in the future, again with Andrew, and I would love to run it with Tristan because
yeah, I hope he does a session with Tristan Tate. That will be very interesting.
that guy is deep too. So we get to the restaurant, we have a great time.
Yeah, that's what I noticed about Tristan Tate. He's very deep. And I thought like he converted to Islam also, but he hasn't. So that shows a lot that he's just not following whatever his older brother is doing. He has his own opinions and he takes his own decisions.
There's
That
a
was-
video that I saw, I think it was in your tags or something like that. Maybe he posted on one of his clubs.
Yeah, he had
And it's
a
behind-
BTS of it.
Yeah, of him literally going, "You're good, you're good, you're good." I was like, "You should
He said
say that."
I was the closest out of anybody in the house to beat him. And bro, if I could say that I beat Andrew Tate in Smash Bros.
You know, it's so
like,
funny. He goes up to me. He goes, "Yo, could you send me that video? I'm gonna text it to my friends." And mind you, me and Reed are very quiet about what we were doing. We don't share things.
Yeah.
I don't know who beat who, but if he had beaten Andrew Tate, I'm pretty sure he will perfect his art of playing that video game and will beat him because Andrew Tate is just extremely competitive.
All I know is that he
crazy.
knows way too much and drinks way too much coffee. That's the one thing I can
Yeah.
guarantee. I can walk
Yeah.
away certain about that.
Oh yeah, tell them how many cups.
15, no joke. We would sit at that restaurant and be like 15. And then his brother was like, "Me too." And I turned to him, I'm like, "What do you mean, me too?" He just ordered for everybody.
Yeah, I always knew he drank coffee, but I didn't know he drank that much. Let's research. Me having a medical mind, I have to research. Since I love coffee too, so I've researched, and up to 4 cups of coffee is generally healthy. So let's see how much coffee is healthy for your health. For the healthy adults, FDA has cited 400 milligrams a day. That's about 4 or 5 cups of coffee. So I remembered correctly, as an amount not generally associated with dangerous negative effects. However, there's a wide variation in both how sensitive people are to the effect of caffeine and how fast they metabolize it to break it down. One other things I have seen, and people who are Muslim and in Muslim communities, since they don't drink alcohol, they drink more coffee because it's just a way to socialize with other people. So I've seen it a lot. Even in Europe, I've seen people drink a lot more coffee. I want to end my video with what I like most about George, and I hope this quality in his personality doesn't change as he grows further and higher in fame and success.
I'm trying my absolute best. And if I do fail you, or if I do upset you, be patient with me, because I want to be as open and as authentic and as raw as possible. And I don't like looking back at myself a year ago because I've grown. So I promise you, I'm not going to be perfect, but I promise you that I will try my best to better myself every day in front of you guys and give you guys my absolute best. That's all I can promise you guys.
Which is, he's so humble. That is such an attractive quality in a person. A person who's confident, famous, successful, yet humble. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know how it could have been improved, and if you like my videos, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.